Alrighty, let's get into some comic book reviews for the week. These are things that I read last week that I had a chance to, get some thoughts together for you guys. So we got some cool stuff. DC Next Level, new series with Firestorm. We also have some DC Vertigo stuff, as well as some TMNT, some Diloed, and one Marvel review for today with Iron Man #4. So let's get into it. All the comics I want to review for you guys. Where should we start? Just kidding, it's in a specific order. It's an order from what I recommend you check out the most to maybe what I recommend you check out the least, and we'll get into why. Let's start off with Firestorm. Fury of the Firestorm #1. Listen, guys, if you didn't pick this up last week, I think you gotta rush back and pick it up. This was the most surprising #1 of the year, pretty much. Really taken by this Firestorm series. Very surprised how much I ended up loving it. Jeff Lemire coming in. I don't know Firestorm too well as a character, but I thought the premise was just incredible, right? So the Firestorm personality has free will. Ronnie Raymond's not in control. The old man's not in control. What the hell would happen, right? So you got Firestorm. He's just experimenting on people for a full 7 days, just taking over this town and really kind of getting the nitty-gritty scientific experimentation. You got this girl who is a past girlfriend of Ronnie Raymond. I'm not too sure who she is. I don't know their history, but I do know she's a superhero metahuman. So the government's involving her to come in and try to get a hold of what they think is Ronnie Raymond, Firestorm. But as we see, the Ronnie Raymond personality is sort of kind of in flux. He doesn't have full control. And then we get moments like this where Ronnie Raymond is like sort of stuck in a forest. Why do I keep saying Ronnie Raymond? Do you just call him Ronnie? Let's call him Ronnie. But so it's the Firestorm personality is like, hey, you no longer control me, bro. I belong to no one, dude. So that's the situation we have here. It's this character that's dominated by two personalities. What if neither of them were in control, and kind of what happens from that? Bleeding Hearts #3 continues to be an incredible series from Dennis Camp and Stepan Morian. It's this zombie that's slowly turning more human. He's slowly gaining empathy, compassion, all these complex ideas. So when he runs into this girl and this woman, he decides to not eat them. He decides to, hey, what if I protect them or whatever? Like, hey, he's trying to tell the woman, I have no need to eat your daughter. I don't want to eat the daughter. Stop trying to shoot me. Just relax. But obviously, there's a language barrier. One's a zombie and one's a human. They can't really communicate with each other. So the zombie thinks, hey, I'm going to lock both of them up and we'll figure this out later. I got to get to a zombie meeting. This is the zombie meeting. They all get together from time to time and hash things out in their zombie community because the zombies talk and all that stuff, man. So this is not like any other zombie stories that you've had a chance to read. The fact that they're talking and they have their own sense of community and stuff like that, it gives it that extra twist. But then, if you're looking for a zombie story that has the emotions, this one is chock full of it, as we see this woman trying to do whatever it takes to protect her daughter in this post-apocalyptic zombie world. I think Bleeding Hearts is a strong premise. It's got excellent artwork from Stepan Morian, great coloring from Matt Hollingsworth, and I think the lettering is even from Hassan Atmalehu, the best letterer in the game. It's an excellent DC Vertigo title, quickly become one of my favorites of the year. But let's talk about another DC Vertigo title, The Nice House by the Sea. This is a James Tynion IV written series. Alvaro Martinez Bueno on the art with Jordi Belair on the colors. It's incredible to look at. Some of the best interior artwork on stands, and I say that with an exclamation mark. Look at this, dude. This is insane. This is crazy. You end up staring at the page for like 10 minutes in this series. It's crazy stuff. But I don't know if I recommend everybody check it out because you need to read Nice House by the Sea, issues #1 through 8, right? And you need to read Nice House on the Lake, issues 1 through 12. So there's a lot of required reading before you can get to this point. But those who have kept up with this series, they know how incredible it is. As we see this group of people at the end of the world, essentially just trying to survive, this other group of people at the end of the world want to kill the first group and sort of be the only ones left standing in this post-apocalyptic sort of scenario that they're in. You got crazy body horror elements as well. Like, look at the design of this guy, man. Real quick, let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #17. This is cool stuff, man. So they're trying to use Master Splinter to open up this portal to bring about destruction to New York City. And let me show you what they're trying to bring into New York City. It's this giant skeleton dude, okay? So when I turned this page, I couldn't believe it. Look how incredible this Freddie E. Williams artwork is with the Andrew Dollhouse colors. It's just cool stuff, man. So, yeah, you have a giant skeleton breaking into our realm, and you have the Ninja Turtles trying to stop him. It seems like Michelangelo is stuck in the land of the dead. He got stuck on the other side of the portal, and the portal closed. So what the heck's going to go on with that? But we did meet the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mom. So if you guys aren't familiar, there's sort of like a reincarnation element that they've introduced into the Turtles title. So they had a mom way back then, and so Michelangelo can finally converse and talk with his mom in the afterlife. Really cool moment there in terms of like what's been going on with the series. You get excellent action with the rest of the Turtles as they're fighting the Foot Clan. They're trying to stop this portal from opening up and this giant skeleton to be introduced into their world. But yeah, man, like look at how incredible his artwork is, dude. One of my hang-ups going into this new volume with the new creative team was like, hey, like we're going to be missing something with Juan Ferrara. Like, can they step up with the art? And I say they haven't missed a beat. I think this art really matches the vibe of the Turtles, and I've just been loving this new creative team, everything they're doing here. And then I'll show you guys, like, no spoilers or whatever, but the young version of Master Splinter, when he was like a kid, he's a teenager, is in their world now. So it's like the Turtles are going to be dealing with a teenage version of their dad. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. 2 more comic reviews to get through before we wrap it up here. Let's talk about Diloed number 6. Man, so when you finally think the party's all put together, Kieran Gillen just throws you a curveball, man. So we know that slowly the party has been put together because they need all the party together in order to say, hey, we want to go home and leave. You need every single person there for that. So our character Sophie here has slowly been going around and trying to collect all the people, kind of form the party together. And she meets the last person that they need. It turns out it's one of the players in the first volume, his dad. So the dad where they didn't necessarily have a good relationship between father and son, but the dad is in this world now. And he's kind of in this sort of illusionary state with him and his wife who died in the real world, kind of stuck in a loop or whatever. So Sophie's got to break him out of that and say, hey, this isn't the real world. Let's go home, man. Let's go home to let's go home to the real world. And you get a lot of backstory on the characters. You get a lot of cool moments. But then, I swear to God, man, like I'm not going to spoil it here, but this issue turned into like a red wedding. Like if you guys have heard of that from the Game of Thrones, there's like a specific episode where like all the characters die. Something similar to that happens here, and I just don't know where Kieran Gillen and Stephanie Hans are bringing us, man. I'm so on board for this Diloed volume. You got to read the first volume and die, or else this is probably not going to make a lot of sense. But man, if you've had the fortune to read all of Die, that first volume, if you continued reading Diloed, you guys know how incredible of a series it is. So yeah, man, I'm loving it. The world of Die is so cool. And Stephanie Hans' artwork, some of the best on stands, dude, for real. And then finally, let's talk about Iron Man number 4. So, like, I liked issue 3 a lot. I thought it took a step up. Maybe issue 4, I don't know if it took a step down, but it kind of stayed the same, right? And I'm looking for the series to, like, do something interesting or wow me or surprise me every issue or something like that. And this one, you didn't really do that necessarily. There is something that happens in here that I'm like, oh, crap, that's kind of crazy. But a character dies, I guess I'll say, and I'm not the biggest, like, I don't know this guy, right? So the death didn't really have, like, an impact on me that maybe they were looking for it to have. We got Madame Mask. She's kidnapped a bunch of smart people, trying to create the conditions for the next Iron Man, trying to use their technology for her own purposes, right? So put all these people in danger, and maybe through enough pressure, you'll get a really good idea, and you can use that for your evil purposes. But she kidnapped Tony Stark in the last issue, so we see Tony Stark and how he's trying to get out of it. He's communicating with one of the kids who, you know, has been kidnapped by Madame Mask as well. And they use their brain power together to break out of it. And so you kind of very quickly by the end of this issue, you have like the end of the scenario that you kind of introduced me with from Joshua Williams' first issue. Like Madame Mask kidnapping a bunch of people, trying to find the next useful Iron Man technology and use it for her own purposes. at the end of this issue, that's kind of all gone away. Like, Iron Man has sort of saved the day, more or less. Like, he still has to fight the big bad guys, but all the people that were kidnapped have been broken out. Iron Man himself has been broken out. So I feel like there could have been more on that scenario. Like, more Iron Man maybe should have been kidnapped for an extra issue and, like, trying to break... I don't know. There was something that I was like, he's out already. Like, he just got kidnapped. He's out. 2 issues ago, all those other people got kidnapped. Now they're out. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm just not really hooked, I guess, with the Iron Man series. And actually, you guys are hearing the news live. I've told my shop to drop this series for me after issue 6. But yeah, that's what we have. Everything that I wanted to review from New Comic Book Day from last week, man. Definitely think Firestorm was the surprise hit of the week. I'm still loving these DC Vertigo titles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is another surprise. I'm really loving this new creative team. So yeah, let me know if you read any of these down in the comments, what you thought about them. While you're down there, like if you like, sub if you love, and if you really like it, you can, of course, hype it. I'll catch you next week for another set of comic book reviews. So that's been another New Comic Weekly. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Every single Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, I'm going live with the audience. We're talking weekly comic pull list, we're talking weekly comic reviews, and then we do a secret big topic that I decide like right before I start filming.